So never had a snow game in Missouri?
No, we've had quite a few rainy games, but nothing quite like that. So
Yeah. Just how cool after the game was everything for you. Have a lot of text messages to answer after that one, I imagine.
Just a few. Some people back home. I know my head coach from high school. He texted me and then he called me the other day, so that was pretty cool. Just talking with him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned you're pretty cold coming in there. Did you do anything on the sideline before you went in just to stay warmed up, or was it just kind of being able to get on special teams that helped?
Yeah, just special teams. I take a few reps on kickoff, so I think that keeps my legs going a little bit and keeps me warm.
Just going into this week, do you feel like you might be seeing a little more time? I know we talked after the game a little bit about that. But.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of whatever. Like if I get in, that's cool. If I don't, it's cool. I'm just trying to help the team win, and however I can do that on special teams. Even just cheering on the guys who are in, Trey, Milo, Nico, any of those guys. I'm just ready to try and win.
Just how was it tough this year? When they kind of switched up the depth chart a little bit, and you started not seeing quite as many handoffs as you did earlier in the year. I guess how'd you kind of react to that happening?
I mean, yeah, it's tough at first. It was frustrating, but I mean, you just have to trust what's going on, trust the coaches, and know that what they're doing is they all have a plan for it. So I just have to keep rolling with it and keep playing how you're playing, just playing hard.
You're just going through everything you had to go through last year with the injury and everything. Just how rewarding was it to score the game-winning touchdown against CSU like that?
It was pretty awesome. I have been through a couple injuries, which have been tough, but I mean, yeah, just being out on the field and being able to play football again at this level is just amazing. So
did it sink in right away that when you scored, just how kind of big that was for the team, or are you just mostly feeling cold, or what are you feeling at that moment?
I mean, yeah, I knew it was a big play, and I was glad that I was a part of it and that I got to go out and make that play. I know I was pretty tired and I had to go out on kickoff the next play, but I mean, yeah.
I know, Coach Bass kind of says that he emphasizes to you guys, you always need to be ready because you never know when you'll have to go in. Is he kind of like talking to you guys throughout the game just to make sure that you're engaged like that?
Yeah, he'll come up to us every once in a while, and Nico, he's always on the ready up. He's got the third downs and those type of plays.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's talking to us a little bit, me and Milo, like, hey, be ready. Just whenever, if Trey's looking a little tired and we have to go spell him, just, hey, be ready. So we're just on the sideline pretty much ready whenever to go in.
And I know drive before when Josh fumbled, you were out there, right? Was that were those your first offensive snaps of the game?
I had an earlier play when we were down on the goal line in the third quarter, but that was probably my second play on offense.
Gotcha. Do you remember which play that was? Was that like, were you out there with Trey at the same time, or was it?
I was out
on the pass play.
It was
maybe?
on the pass play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think he just rolled out. And, I think it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah. I know Josh said after the game that on that drive when you guys scored, CSU kind of knew what you guys were doing when he was running the ball, because I think Nico was out there and they know that he's kind of the blocker. When you got the ball, did you feel like it was a matter of they knew you were going to run it? It was just you needed to get those yardage there?
I mean, we were running very similar plays every single time. So, I mean, they knew it was coming, and it was just those are the type of plays that you love because, they know what you're running, we know what we're running, and it's just who's going to beat who.
Yeah. Do how helpful is it to have a quarterback like Josh out there who can, be a big part of the run game like that?
Yeah, it's very helpful because it's tough on defenses to really know exactly what's coming. He can, we run certain plays where he can toss it or he can keep it, and I mean it's really tough on the defense to defend that.
I know, when you came in for the drive where he fumbled, it's kind of fourth quarter games on the line against CSU. What's going through your mind when Coach Bath, lets you know that you're in?
Before the play?
Or I guess when you or is it Coach Bath that tells you to go out, or what when he tells you that, what's kind of the emotions like?
Just be ready for anything. I might get the ball, I might have to pass protect, might have to run block. I mean, it's just anything. Just have to be ready to take on whatever the play is.
I know, stats-wise at least, since Trey kind of went into that starting spot, maybe been some struggles there. Just have you seen him grow though a lot as a running back, or I guess what have you seen from him this season as a true freshman?
Yeah, I've seen, he's just grown. He's getting more and more confident. I mean, that Hawaii game helped him a ton, but you know, he's learned the plays and starting to get the hang of the offense, and so he's in on a lot more situations than just the run plays. So I mean, that's something I've seen him just he's grown with his knowledge of the playbook and just knowing what to do in certain situations.
Just how impressed were you by that catch that he made?
Yeah, that was awesome. You know, I think that was the first half, so it was raining pretty bad, and so it's pretty tough to catch the ball like that, and he had to go up and took a hit. So yeah, that was an awesome play that he made.
Could you tell afterwards that that maybe boosted his spirits a little bit, getting that big gain there?
Yeah, you know, it's tough. Sometimes these running backs, you know, if you get stuffed a couple times, it's like, man, nothing's opening up, nothing's working, and then finally just getting a play, pass play or just any play, really just getting the ball in open space. I mean, it's just a good feeling. So yeah, I could definitely see his confidence boost.
Is it fun to have? I mean, obviously Drew too, but just have the running backs a little more involved in the pass game like that, as opposed to last year, where I mean, you guys didn't throw to Brian all that much.
Yeah, I think it's more of a challenge. It's a lot more fun just going out and knowing that we can make plays in all phases of the game, whether blocking, receiving, or rushing. So yeah, I think it's a lot more fun to go out and do some routes and catch some balls and stuff like that.
And I'm working on a story just about how kind of altitude, affects you guys, your home field advantage, stuff like that. When you first moved out here, was that a pretty tough adjustment?
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple weeks, 3 weeks to get used to, so it's pretty tough. And I mean, even going to away games and then coming back for those Monday practices are a little bit tougher than what I feel like they should be. So,
yeah.
And I mean, we're not changing anything about the practice. It's literally just coming back up to altitude and working out. So yeah, when I got here, it was tough, but I mean, after being here for a few weeks, you start to get used to it.
Right. I guess when you are at those away games, do you notice any difference? Do you feel like you guys are at an advantage because it's better conditioned, or is it just level playing field, or is it tough because the defense isn't at a disadvantage? Or I guess what's it like playing in away games?
I think it's better. I remember my freshman year especially, we went to Washington State, and that's really close to sea level, and that was just a whole lot. I felt like I could breathe just a lot better than I could here. So I think, it was definitely an advantage.
I know, you guys last year lost 2 conference games, but went to the title game, but this year just kind of the way that loss came to Boise, do you guys kind of have the mindset that every game is a must-win if you want to get back there?
Yeah, definitely. I know that, we just have to go out and play our hardest and try and get these wins. I know a lot of us aren't specifically focusing on this Mountain West Championship. It's just one game at a time, and we know, like right now, it's Air Force, so we have to go get the win.
Is it weird that you guys kind of have to root for CSU this week?
I mean, I honestly don't even pay attention. I see some of the games I don't even know. Are they playing Boise? Is that
yeah, they got Boise, yeah.
So, yeah, it is a little weird just knowing that they have to get the win for us to have a better chance. But.
And do you guys feel like this? I know CSU is obviously your big rival, but there's a little rivalry element to the Air Force games too, with just them being a front-range team pretty close to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to play in it last year, so it's a little tough. But I remember freshman year, it was pretty important to a lot of those guys because, I mean, it's another Colorado school for those Colorado guys that didn't get recruited. So I know it's always tough.